back when they made the first kizomba festivals, and when it was still something very artsy, something very small. And when kizomba festival exploded, there was like 10 kizomba festival the whole year. And so everybody would go in those 10 festivals, and a lot of money was made, right? Welcome, Kodiji. But then it became so popular, and I saw this in music as well. We went from, I remember when it was like 20 of us, 10 guys, 10 girls. Kaysha, Nichols, Ali Angel, Ludo, Jean-Michel Rotin, Marvin, Tosemedo, Philippe Monteiro, Mika Mendes Elísio, and then Sumia, Princess Lover, Fanny G, and so on, right? It was 20 of us, and we had 100 clubs asking for us to come perform. So we could ask any price we want because there was more demand than offer. And we made a ton of money for 10 years. And then it was easier and easier to record. Microphones, instead of costing you 5,000, start costing 100. A studio session, instead of paying like 1,000 per day for a studio session, or you could just have a computer and a USB microphone and record at home. And then instead of having to build products, CDs in factories, you could just send MP3s to SoundCloud and to Spotify and iTunes. And all of a sudden there was, and at the same time you had like terror attacks, you had just the decline of market, you have new laws, you have a lot of things that happened in Paris that made the number of clubs go from, just in Paris, we had 30 clubs where we could perform in 2000. Today, to perform, if you are a zouk or kizomba artist in Paris, you have like one club. I don't know, I didn't perform in Paris for so long. When they tell you you're gonna perform in Paris, usually it's like an hour away from Paris. So just this, we went from just France, we had like hundreds of clubs. Then you had like Belgium, we went everywhere in the world, but there was so many places where you could perform, and there were so few artists that you could ask a high price. Today, there's, I don't know, we went from 20 artists to 100 artists at the same time, releasing songs all the time, videos all the time. Everything costs nothing today. So there's more people, so there's more noise, and it's hard for somebody who, and we are artists. We're not here to say what is quality, what is not. And the fans, they don't really know. They are the ones who decide. Sometimes there's the shitty song that becomes popular, and this drives the price down. And it's exactly what happened, I think, with the kizomba business. Is we went from 1 to 10 to 500 festivals per year. And we went from 10 instructors, 10 couples instructors, to everybody and their mother going from hip hop, going from salsa, going from whatever, because the money was there. And all of a sudden, anybody could be a kizomba teacher. And because there's no governing law, there's not a certification, there's not something where you can say, oh, you are like, anybody can say tomorrow, I know about the dance, I know about this. So anybody can become a teacher on a point. You just need to know how to dance. And I've seen a lot of...
You just need to make views, not even to know how to dance. Nowadays, it's a matter of views.
Yeah.
If you have one video that goes viral,
Yep.
It's over. You become an instructor.
It's like, you know, I was having a great conversation with Malcolm Beats, and he's been doing some amazing beats. We worked together for a long time, and now that a lot of people are using his videos, people are asking him to come and DJ. And he was like, I was like, yo, it's an opportunity. Go take the money. See what I mean? But it's the same thing here. Some people will buy 1 million views on YouTube. It's harder to buy views now, but a lot of people would buy 1 million views on YouTube so that the clubs can hire them to perform. And but we can like it or not. Me, I'm not a person who judge. I'm a person who sees the market, and I'm just like, okay, the market is like this today. And of course, when you have something that's popular, when you have something that brings money and that people are hungry for it, and kizomba is super popular, of course they're gonna have people who will say, okay, how much does it cost to organize a festival? It costs to organize something of a good quality. Olga was saying you need like a good 30,000 to make it happen. And back in the days, you would invest 30,000, you would make 100,000. So after paying everybody, etc. Today, some people will make one with 1,000, and they slap a hangar, they put just some sound. Whoever knows how to DJ, and now DJs like these tools, technology make things. Welcome home, a song. These tools make being a DJ. You can just click a button, the things mix itself. So anybody can be anything today. Like, even look at me. I was a rapper. I sing now, thanks to the tune. So anybody can become anything these days, and make money. So I guess I understand, but at the same time, I really believe that the way for and I'm very careful with the words that I choose, because you cannot say the real, because the people who were first always believe they are the real.
I know.
I believe that because everything is alive, a lot of people who believe a lot of people that believe that they were there in the beginning, they believe that they should have like some honorary thing, where actually if you don't
credit.
And the credit I understand, but it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be winning. It's the same thing for a lot of singers who studied music at school, who know everything, who can listen to something and tell you, this is a A mineur, La chromatique, whatever. They believe that they should have the success. And then I tell them, but your song is shitty. If you have a shitty song and you are a great singer, but you sing a shitty song that nobody remembers after 10 minutes, it doesn't matter that you have the best voice ever. If your melody is whack, people, they understand good melodies. They don't know technique. They just, like, people who understand technicality are more technicians themselves. There are other singers. The public, you have to understand, like, the public is not really looking for the same thing as you. And I believe that the all these kizomba festivals, kizomba dancers, they went from a hobby, I guess. I'm not sure if you arrived as the second phase or if you were there from the beginning. I'm not sure when you start really getting into kizomba, but I believe that a lot of people just have to understand the times and adapt to the times. And I think the mistake that everybody did was that it was a real hobby, was a passionate thing, and all of a sudden a lot of money came in. And with money comes all the opportunists, of course, and they didn't know how to protect the core of what they were doing, because they had no idea actually what they were doing. They in the beginning, they just wanted to dance, and like the first instructor themselves, they were being in this. A lot of them were Russians, Portuguese, French, and they were dealing with something that was not their culture. So they didn't know how to, like, you in this thing where you don't know if you can And I know how they felt because I felt the same way. I became the number one zouk artist, the number one kizomba artist, the number one coupe de Cali artist, and I never been any of these culture. Is not my I mean, I'm African, so it's my culture, but locally I'm from Congo. And I never been the number one dombolo artist. So it's, but then you are like the guy who decides what happens in zouk or what happens in kizomba, and you are the one who's actually deciding the trends, deciding who's gonna be the next artist, and putting so many people on the map. You have so many songs that are iconic, and at the same time you're like, yeah, but like, and I cannot decide the rules because it's not my culture. I'm not Caverdian, I'm not Angolan, I'm not, and so you don't touch nothing. And the problem is, because you don't touch nothing, you leave and you don't write the rules nowhere, so you leave the space for all the opportunists to come and arrive from everywhere. I remember like 8 years ago, a lot of those hip hop dancers that I know, all of a sudden they were like kizomba teachers. I was like, what?
And the worst part is that at first, hip hop dancer would talk trash about kizomba, saying it's just walking, it's just a piece of ass with bones all around. Because I had a foot in both worlds, so I know who was talking about who, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kizomba dancers, like, they would be so, they would feel above hip hop dancers because they thought it was coming from the streets and it was like dirty or something. Like, they would talk trash about them too. And now we have tons of kizomba dancers who all of a sudden have a past in the hip hop dance scene, and hip hop dancers who all of a sudden are passionate about kizomba and think it's like the most beautiful dance on earth and wanna learn about it, and like it's all mixed when it used to be kind of a Cold War or something.
Yeah.
So I saw the evolution.
And it's funny because I saw the same thing as a singer, because
Right.
I come from hip hop. I was part of the first wave of the rap, the Paris French rap movement. But because I was singing in English, I never could get signed. And a lot of those people were like, yeah, who you think you are? So I arrived in Zouk R&B, Kizomba, etc. by mistake, by just doing my first song. And to me, it was a rap song, but it became number one. And all of a sudden now I'm like the leader of the new generation, and all the rap people are looking at me like, yo, you're doing like zouk, le zouker, and they were laughing at me all these years. And in 2010, look at all of them doing reggaeton, trying to do kizomba, calling me, hey, how can we do, hey, can you make me a beat? And I'm like, wow.